It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday. Woo-hoo! It's December 14th, 2018, and it's 7 a.m. Do I hear more rain?
Zoe doesn't even seem to be excited it's Friday.
Are you excited it's Friday? Now she is.
She's just laughing. Don't you look forward to Fridays, Zoe? As I choke her up, now she can't even say a word.
Well, today we're going caroling, so.
Really? Where at? One of the nursing homes, hospital, perhaps?
I don't know. I forgot.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we used to do that down at the farm. We'd take my tractor and hook it up to a trailer and put lights all over the whole thing, and a bunch of us would get on there and we'd drive to neighbors' houses and
fun.
Carol from the trailer.
Yeah, I don't know if
it was just a fun thing to do.
That's something we did back in the 60s.
Okay, now you just dated yourself.
Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman. So I'm with Scooter Callis. Hope your Friday's off to a good start. Am I hearing rain up there?
That's what I'm hearing.
Wow. All right, more rain falling. Wow, boy.
That is what I'm hearing.
And so we even updated the drought monitor, and it updated before all the rain came through, so it's really, right now it's inaccurate. But anyway, good morning, and hey, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. Hope you're doing the same thing. Oh, reach your, see where it says Brewed Awakening on that screen right there. Raise your hand up over the ball and push it down.
No.
Come on, see, I can do it. See, you push it like that. Come on, down a little bit, and help me out there. Okay, there you go. You got it. Coming down right there.
There you go. Now we see your face.
That's it.
You want to try to hit it? Can you swing at it?
Thing. It'll bounce all over everywhere.
Take your hand out there and swat it.
Swing it up there and hit it.
No.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Uh-oh, you're going to have to push it back down.
Yeah, reach up and push it back down.
A little bit more. Go reach back up real high.
There you go.
Pat it down a little further, a little further.
All right,
there
Brewed
we go.
Awakening Coffee. 3 locations, as you can see in the introduction today. Brewed Awakening. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, 62 East Plaza, and of course Balmer Boulevard. That's going to be busy on a Friday before school starts. Check them out. The best coffee in town, Brewed Awakening. Check out their lattes, their mochas, and their whole list of great coffees from Brewed Awakening. Appreciate Mike and his gang for sponsoring the show for so many years, and look forward to next year with Brewed Awakening Coffee, our sponsor on Down on the Corner program.
There you go.
Yep. So,
what are you looking at?
Johnny's drinking some fruit. She's got some. How's the coffee today? Yay! All right.
Zoe's dad's got coffee too.
There you go. He's got a to-go
one of the
cup.
cheap
All
cups.
right. He's taking some with him. Be sure to check them out. 3 locations to serve you. Brewed Awakening Coffee. You're not drinking Brewed Awakening. You're just drinking muddy water. And, of course, the morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes.
We got another problem.
What do we do now?
All right. Now, all right. You see over here?
You see right over there.
No,
I got to go that way.
Look to your right, Zoe. All right. Now, all the way to your right. Now, throw like you're throwing a fishing pole. All right. Now, start reeling it in.
Okay, drag it in there.
Uh-oh. I'm not moving it for some reason.
Don't you love computer graphics?
Hold on. It's not working, Zoe. We may be in trouble. Yeah, I ain't getting it to budge.
I don't like to go fishing.
How about refresh? There it is.
There it is. Pull it over, Zoe.
Boy, look at the size of that one.
Yeah, I had to zoom it out to get a hold of it. There we go.
Roller Funeral Homes brings you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. Be sure to check them out. You know, we're happy that Christmas is here, but don't forget to pre-plan. You know, I'm sure we have a lot of parents and young people to be discussing that perhaps around the after Christmas table. And so Roller Funeral Homes, the utmost in respect and dignity and professionalism. I can't say enough good things about Roller Funeral Home. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas, they bring you the morning prayer each and every day. And this morning, another outstanding Mountain Home Christian Academy student, Zoe, is here to say our morning prayer. Are you ready? You're ready to go.
Dear Lord, I thank you for this day, and I thank you for everything. And I pray for that you just heal the people in the hospital. And I pray for the people that do not know you, Lord, that they'll just come to you. And I pray for everything. And I thank you for the food that you have given us. Without water and food, we could not live, Lord. And I thank you for everything. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen. Good prayer.
This morning's prayer by Zoe, Mountain Christian Academy. They teach no Common Core and take no government funding. It's privately funded through the gracious donations of our area. If you can help them financially, got a frog on top today. Call them at 424-6622, Mountain Christian Academy. And what a great group of kids.
Zoe did a great job. I like the prayer this morning.
Yeah.
I like it that it's off the cuff. They don't come in with something written out. They just...
You know what you ought to do? Look at that camera and say, I challenge any adult to come in here and say a prayer on live TV, because they won't do it.
Seriously?
Seriously? I'm the only one other than the kids from Mountain Christian Academy.
Want me to say that?
So look at that camera right there. Say, I challenge any adult to come in and do the morning prayer.
I challenge any adult to come in and do the morning prayer.
There you go.
and I mostly challenge my dad.
The challenge is on.
Well done. Well done. I like her attitude.
Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes across the state of Arkansas. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Homes. Now, the trumpet competition. You want to go first or want Zoe to go first?
Oh, I'm terrible at it.
I know. I hear you knew better than that.
Yeah,
Try it. Come on.
She's got a lot better one.
She's in tune.
Yeah. I'm
Yours
flat.
is rusty.
I'm flat.
I'm going to get you some WD-40 for that trumpet for Christmas. Morning weather brought by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. Old Time Restaurant, 7 to 2 Monday through Friday till 11 a.m. on Saturday. Best breakfast, best lunch in town.
Dare I ask?
Here we go.
This is the
Will
thing
he
because I think there's a
42 or 2
sign
for
on the
43?
Christian Academy that like, hey, boycott Old Time Restaurant. All right, have you ever eaten at Old Time Restaurant on the Square?
No.
See? What in the world is going
2
on
for
with
43.
the Christian Academy kids?
Because they're in school when you're open, that's why.
We're open on Saturday. My goodness. Any other kid comes in here, oh, yeah, I love blah, blah, blah. But a Christian Academy kid, no. There must be signs up boycotting us. I'm telling you. Do you like pancakes?
Yes.
Oh,
You
you're
love
depriving
these.
yourself. These are huge, big pancakes.
If you say I want one in the shape of a giraffe, they'll cut it out and make it in the shape of a giraffe, too. Or a bear.
She's done a lot of animals.
Yeah. What's special today?
Today, well, it's Friday. You know what special
I know,
is.
but nobody else does. That's why I asked you to tell them on the air.
It's steak day
Yes.
on Fridays. We've got a marinated sirloin steak you can cut with a butter knife, eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy or toast, all for $8.88. And for lunch, we got a hamburger steak supreme. Have you had that? With the cheese and the onions and the peppers and all the stuff on it, the gravy, and it's really, really good. It comes with 2 sides, roll of cornbread for $6.88.
There you go. Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home. They bring you the morning weather each and every day. And it's nice outside. It's not chilly. It's not cold. It's 50.
Finally, he's not complaining. One morning, he's not sitting here whining.
It drops to 49. I'm going to be cold. 50 in Mountain Home, 49 in Harrison and Hardy, 52 at Mountain View. It's 52 at Yellville, 52 at Marshall as well. Wow, 50 at Calico Rock. Around the region, St. Louis checks in at 48, while it's 49 at Poplar Bluff. Branson at 45, West Plains at 50, and in contrast, it's cold at Watford City. It's 25 up there.
They can have it.
They can have it. Yeah, that's. You mean that's cold?
It's chilly.
It's cold. On the national radar, you can see we have quite a bit in the southeast and in the central part of the country right now. That low pressure is centered right here over Texas. You can see a little bit of that swirl. A lot of rain in southern Arkansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and then, of course, the southeast is covered in rain. Basically from Florida. What?
I can tell you one thing. It's raining in Mountain Home.
Well, you can hear it coming out the gutter right here.
I can hear it over the headphones, too.
And got a gutter draining right behind us here. We've got shower activity all the way up into Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio. A lot of rain throughout the southeast and the Midwest part of the country. We'll hit that Little Rock stop real quick. There we go, Little Rock stop. Southeast or southwest Arkansas along I-30, Texarkana, all the way to Mena and Hot Springs. A lot of rain down there. We have just a moderate shower coming through Mountain Home. Maybe that will stop behind me here in a little while. Have a little wagon wheel. See that little wagon
Put that
wheel?
in motion, would you?
Okay, yeah. Base loop.
Well, leave it to Dale to mess it up. So much for the motion.
There it goes.
there
it goes. You can see the shower over Mountain Home right
so
now.
It kind of is making a little swirl. So it's kind of where Mountain Home is. Looks like it's almost going east to west.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And so that affects Highway 62, 412, Highway 201, and Highway 5 here locally. And then around the state, Interstate 40, Interstate 49, Interstate 30 is all affected. East towards Memphis from Little Rock, a little bit of shower activity through there, and towards Batesville, 67, 167, heading up to Batesville and Poplar Bluff from Little Rock. And so we'll back out of that one. We'll go to the St. Louis stop and see what we pick up there in St. Louis. All around the region there from Jeff City to Columbia on I-70 coming east into St. Louis, I-70 towards Vandalia and Effingham with showers along I-70. Then I-64 Rolla to St. Louis and I-44 Rolla to St. Louis, and then I-64 east from East St. Louis, Illinois towards Mount Vernon with some showers there. Just scattered showers, Effingham, Vandalia, down around Carbondale, Illinois. You see Interstate 55 coming in from Sykeston towards Cape Girardeau and St. Louis right there. Southwest Missouri, we'll hit that stop. I don't see much going on in Southwest Missouri. Oh, wow, look at there. Branson getting a little bit west of West Plains, which is the bulk of the shower that's moving through right now in Mountain Home. It stretches all the way up to, what's the county north of Ozark County, Missouri? Do you remember?
I have no clue.
I can't remember. Anyway, I-44, Joplin, Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield. Nothing right there on the map yet. Kansas City to Columbia on I-70. It looks good as well. A little bit around Osage Beach, south of I-70, north of I-44. But other than that, it's not too bad. I'm glad it's just not freezing outside.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, wouldn't it be terrible?
We got snow coming in for Christmas, so I'm predicting that.
Actually, I don't think so, because I was watching one of the weather channels,
well,
and they said
what do they know? We were supposed to get like 2 feet the other day, and we didn't get an inch.
Well, they did in North Carolina. They just had to
I'm
slide the map for the
here,
east.
It's going to snow for Christmas. I'm
Okay.
predicting. I'm
Somewhere
speaking
it will.
that into existence.
For today, a high of 50, which we're already at that temperature right now. 100% chance of showers today, 90% tonight, 40% on Saturday. Saturday, high of 52. Sunday should be 58 degrees and sunny. Monday, sunny and 56. Tuesday, high of 56 with bright, sunshiny skies. The drought monitor was updated, but it's actually worse in Missouri than what it was before they updated. Here's northwest Arkansas with a D0. Of course, none of this rain has been taken into consideration because the map was updated before the rain came through. In Missouri, southwest Missouri moves up to a D1.
They won't stay there.
It won't stay there,
Yeah.
but it'll change next week. I drive Arkansas. All roads in Arkansas are clear at this time. What do we have here? A little accident down here at maintenance in westbound. Westbound. That's Cantrell Road in Little Rock. Not going to affect us here. Nothing going on here in Arkansas. And where's my Missouri? Oh, Missouri. MoDOT ain't there. Anyway, it's going to be
Just
clear in Arkansas.
scroll up and click on it.
Oh, that's right. We can do that, can't we? There we go. There's MoDOT. Everything in Missouri is clear. Looking good. And so I did hear this. I need to get this on. Let's take a look. Can we throw this up on the screen? Marion County authorities are asking people to keep an eye out for 23-year-old Topanga Maxwell, who was reported missing on December 11th. Marion County authorities say that 23-year-old Topanga was reported missing by her mother. Topanga's mother advised that Topanga has seizures, short-term memory loss, and the mentality of a 14-year-old. So contact the sheriff's office in Marion County, Arkansas, Sheriff Evans' office over there, and see if we can help find this young lady. So I thought we might get that on the air as well. And so, morning weather brought to you by Old Time Restaurant on the Square at Mountain Home, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11 a.m. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 741-2883. We have Twin Lakes Christmas, Friday, December 14th, tonight at 7 o'clock. Oh Happy Day in the Twin Lakes Baptist Church Choir. Saturday, December 15th at 3 p.m. Oh Happy Day in the Twin Lakes Baptist Choir. Then Sunday, December 16th at 10:30 a.m., the Twin Lakes Singers, Groups, and Choir. There's going to be a big, big program there at Twin Lakes Baptist Church. It's west of town, out by the Ford Chrysler dealerships and Meeks Lumber Company. And so Pastor Sam Bailey and everybody's going to be welcoming you with open arms out there.
We had our high school wrestling meet last night.
For some reason, I kept thinking it was today because we brought that up yesterday. It was last night.
It was last night. Bob Reckenwald
today?
went and ran the scoreboard. We go to Cabot today with the high school, and we will wrestle Saturday in Cabot. And then the youth is going to West Plains, and they'll be wrestling over there in West Plains. So it should be a good time.
You bet. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing.
Hold on, you're about to cancel out, aren't you?
It's 7:15.
But you haven't asked her what's going on in her world.
What's going on in your world?
Anything going on in the Christian Academy coming up?
What's going on there?
Well, today we're going caroling and we're wearing ugly Christmas sweaters.
Oh, okay.
Where's your ugly Christmas sweater?
My mama makes up her own Christmas shirt. She took a Christmas shirt. She took some garland from a little Christmas tree we have and some small ornaments. Then she pinned them ornaments onto the shirt. Then took the garland and tied it on the end. Then went through the hoops from the ornaments.
Oh yeah.
And then she had it, and it was all done.
Awesome.
Wow.
Do you like singing Christmas songs?
Yeah.
What's your favorite Christmas song? Can you think of one?
Little Drummer Boy?
All right, can you sing it real quick?
No.
This is like your debut right here. No? Okay.
Well, why
I
don't
can
we
see
do that?
Rudolph.
Okay, sing Rudolph. Sing Rudolph.
Okay. I have to start with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Hmm?
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a very shiny nose.
Like a light bulb.
And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows.
Oh, that's where you say like a light bulb. Keep going.
Like
a light bulb.
All of the other
reindeers used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio.
They never let
Rudolph joining any reindeer games like Monopoly. Monopoly.
Then one foggy
Christmas Eve, Santa came to say,
Oh.
Rudolph, with your nose so bright, will you guide my sleigh tonight? All of the other reindeer.
And as they shouted out with
glee,
whoopee, Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
You go down in history like Columbus.
There you go. There you go. That was Zoe's debut on live TV.
Oh,
Good
we need
job.
to take a break. Let's come up with 7:18. Look at that camera right there and say, Dale's out of coffee. We need to take a break.
Goober.
What?
Say, Dale's out of coffee. Need to take a break.
Goober.
Dale's out of coffee. Need to take a break.
Be right back.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh, baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
It's that time of year again. Time to take a hard look at your Medicare health plan. If you're looking for a new plan or looking to renew your existing plan, now's the time to renew all your options. At Bacco Insurance, we'll sit down with you and show you all the new choices and options, including $0 premium plans with low copays and dental, vision, and hearing benefits. Let us help take the confusion out of selecting a plan and find one catered to your needs. Contact Bacco Insurance today, located at 351 East 9th Street, Suite B in Mountain Home.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area.
Life is too short to wear boring clothes. Welcome to Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique, where we carry the latest trends and fashions and accessories at prices anyone can enjoy. Feel beautiful while looking fabulous with a large range of fashions that fits anyone's sense of style. You're sure to discover something unique and new at every visit. Shabby to Chic also features 12 professional stylists, aesthetics by Amy J, a nail technician, and 4 tanning beds. Excite your style at Shabby to Chic Salon and Boutique in Mountain Home.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
With a 7:22, and we want to welcome our guest, the Honorable Associate Justice, Arkansas State. Let me try it again. Associate Justice, Arkansas State Supreme Court, Shawn Womack, and the Honorable Johnnie Copeland, District Judge of Fulton County. Welcome, everybody.
Morning, Dale.
Merry Christmas, and are y'all set for Christmas?
We are. We're looking forward to it, and the kids aren't so little anymore, so
a little bit of difference there.
We've gone from the days of trying to surprise them to trying to keep up with the list for one and trying to get the other one to give us a list. So,
who needs more, the son or daughter?
The daughter has had a list that has been ongoing, yeah. And the son, Jordan, has struggled with any ideas of what to get him. So,
already got so much stuff, you don't know what to do with it, right? So are you, Judge Copeland?
I'm doing great. I have a 10-year-old, so Christmas is big at our house, except that we decided to remodel our kitchen in the middle of Christmas this year. So it's a little bit wild. Looks like my house got run over by a train. But we still have Christmas decorations up.
That's
because
good.
You have to do that. So
what's going on in our courts these days? I mean, have you all had a good year or success? I mean, how does a judge have success?
Oh, wow. That's probably in the eye of the beholder. We've had a busy fall. For me, it was my first time to go through an election season with all the issues that would be on the ballot that would be challenged. And so since I've been on the Supreme Court, that's my first election season. Last year I got to go through the death penalty cases, which was a first in recent memory for Arkansas cases. But this year we had all the ballot initiatives and referred amendments. And so that took kind of the middle of our fall term, where everything else kind of came to a halt for a while we were dealing with the challenges on minimum wage and tort reform and the casino amendment, and we had a fourth one in there. I'm drawing a blank on what that was right now, but all those issues that were coming before us being challenged for ballot titles or signature requirements and things like that.
So when something like that, the ballot initiatives comes up, what's step one?
Step one is depending on its route to the ballot, whether it was a legislative referral or or a signature issue. There are some things we have original jurisdiction on where it starts with us. Some things go through the circuit court and then bubble up to us. But
was one the change in the way legislature
term limits was the fourth one. Yes, yeah, thank you. And on that one, it was it wasn't an issue of the ballot title. It was an issue. I mean, that was challenged, but the issue that got that off the ballot was the signature issue.
Really,
we appointed a special master to go through and go through the tens of thousands of signatures that were turned in, and not only look at the actual signatures, but the legislature has enacted new requirements for groups that are collecting signatures. If you pay your signature gatherers versus having volunteers, you have kind of a different criteria. And part of the issue with that this time was that some of these paid signature gatherers who had come from out of state had not followed the process to gather signatures, and so we were dealing with making sure there was compliance with the statute and how that process worked. And at the, on that one, at the end of the day, the special master concluded that there were a sufficient amount of signatures that didn't meet the criteria that he recommended that we remove it from the ballot, and that's ultimately what happened. So,
wow. So you had to go through somebody had to go through lots of signatures. Did you have to verify the actual? If my signature was challenged, do they compare it to something?
Yeah, so there was an initial step in that process where the Secretary of State goes through and looks at the actual signature and the matching information, the address and date of birth and things like that, to make sure that that is a registered voter. That if I wrote your name on a piece of paper and used a different date of birth and a different address, then that would raise red flags. And so, they have a process that's pretty tedious they go through over there. But that was a big part of our fall. We took a couple of our normal weeks. We took everything else off the docket and just focused on those during those early October weeks, so that we could make sure that all those decisions were made before the voting started.
Wow. Judge Copeland, what's your last 3 or 4 months been like in Fulton County?
Well, in Fulton County, I've sort of been focusing, my term's about to be up, and so I'm trying to, my whole motto was I want to leave it in better shape than I found it. So I feel like I've done that. We have really modernized the court over there. We've been working on getting our computer systems set up. I have a wonderful clerk over there. His name's Brandon Holder. He's out of Mammoth Spring. And we've been training him to really get on board with the computer system and the way that we distribute the fines that we've collected and things like that. And so we started taking credit cards, which sounds really not like a big deal, but was a very big deal, because previously you could pay cash or checks, and that kind of puts us in a little bit of a different situation, but we got it where you could do it online now even. And so we started that on Labor Day, and since Labor Day we've collected about $35,000 in fines and fees over with the credit cards. And so I think we've seen a little bump up in our numbers in the collection part of what we do as far as fines for your speeding tickets and your DWIs and things like that. So I think that's been a positive thing for sure.
And that's pretty big for a county like Fulton County. A $35,000 change can significantly impact the way that court operates and the way people interact with court. And that's one thing I'm kind of excited about. From the district courts through the Supreme Court, we're seeing more and more embracing of technology, and that is making the process definitely better internally for the way we do things, and that's important. But more important is that it's making the process better for the people that are using the system, whether it's the litigants in the district court or people that are filing things with this. We've had more and more counties move to e-filing, more and more district courts that are doing card processing. You see these transitions in technology. We used to have an office dedicated just to prosecuting hot checks. Well, now everybody uses a card. You don't see a lot of checks anymore, and so your collections go way up when you make it more convenient, and it's also more efficient for the state, because now we don't have a couple of employees that are just sitting over in an office dedicated to collecting checks. You
Now
don't
I'm
have
going to
that
make a
problem.
comment on this, and he's going to sit there and bite his tongue because when I go buy renew my license plate, they charge me like $3 for using a debit card.
Yeah, I have to remember when I go and do that. That's one of the few places I still take my checkbook, so I save that processing fee
Because
there.
it takes 10 to 17 days to process the check in Arkansas, but yet it's immediate with the debit card, but yet you get charged $2 to $3 charge for it.
And you don't often think about it in these terms. I mean, if you're a court and you have people who have fines, the court is thinking about how do we collect from these people, but it's really better for those litigants if they get that business taken care of, because we see a lot of people that end up with warrants because they didn't pay their fines.
Yeah, failures to pay are a big deal right now in the law.
And so when you have to, figure out how am I going to, get a check and get that check down there and do all these things, instead of being able to go online and put your debit card in, then maybe you miss the deadline. Maybe, maybe you
suspend your driver's license, and then you're back in the same thing, and it's a never-ending loop.
And so if you've got a fine, if you've got a fine, you probably aren't thinking in terms of, oh, I'm so glad they made it easier for me to pay, because you don't want to pay the fine to begin with. But if you can pay your fine and get that chapter closed and moved on, then you don't have to worry about a suspended driver's license or,
But it's like $100 just to get that
reinstated, right.
Plus another fine, and you could get a failure to show on top of that possibly.
So, so really, technology is making the courts better, even in ways that you wouldn't really think about. The guy's not eager to pay his fine, but if he doesn't pay his fine, 10 years from now, he may find out that his driver's license was suspended and he has a warrant that he never knew about because he forgot to pay the speeding ticket when he was driving through Salem.
Right. So, I tell everybody, I tell everybody, you take something like a speeding ticket, and then if you don't pay your fines, it's something that you never could go to jail for. All of a sudden becomes something that you could go to jail for.
Yeah.
And some people do go to jail for that, because we do end up, if you don't show up to pay your speeding ticket, we'll issue a failure to appear warrant. Or if you show up and then you just don't pay it, then we'll have a failure to pay. And usually, I try to, when we get folks in on those failure to pays, if it's somebody that just hasn't paid anything at all, that's one situation. If it's somebody that's made a payment agreement with us and they're just falling behind, I always try to bring them in and say, okay, what's going on? Do we need to adjust how much you need to pay? We look at that. Are you employed? All those sorts of things. And I usually give them some time to get caught back up. Yeah. And if they do that and they prove to my clerk and I that they're going to, keep that up, then we'll dismiss that failure to pay and they won't get any additional fines. That's what I always try to do. Yeah. Some people, they just aren't cooperative with that, and so it doesn't always work, and so the penalty for that can be jail time. So
wow. Come up 7:33. When we come back, I want you two to discuss, because I sit here and think district court, circuit court, federal court, court of appeals, Supreme Court. There's so many different courts. A little bit of education when we come back. Because hey, when the elections come, well, they're running for district court. This is circuit court. This is that court. It's always good for a refresher course. When we come back after the break, let's discuss that, can we?
Sure.
All right. More with the judges. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either a terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
7:36, and we wanted to discuss, just educate us. We've got circuit court, district court, and then we've got federal courts, court of appeals, all kinds of courts. And I know when it comes to election times, well, he's running for judge for something, where he's running or she's running. It's every day with y'all. With us, it's election time. Explain the court system and the differences.
All right, so if you think of it like a pyramid, with the bottom of the pyramid being the wider area and then getting smaller as you go up, that's kind of like what our court system is. We have over 1 million filings a year in the district courts. And our district courts are now made up of it's 91 judges. 54 of them are now full-time state district court judges, and there's still 37 local district judges. And we've been in a process for a little over 10 years now of transitioning from local part-time judges into full-time judges. And in some of those counties, like in Fulton County, where they've had a local part-time judge, Fulton County is merging with 2 other counties, and it'll be 1 full-time judge over that. So the number of judges is going to continue to reduce, but they have a little over 1 million filings a year in
the district court.
Okay. And that's everything from traffic offenses to misdemeanor criminal issues, small DWIs. That next layer on the pyramid would be the circuit court. That's the general jurisdiction trial court, and we have 28 districts. We have 121 circuit judges, and they last year they closed out 165,000 cases. You go up from there, and the Court of Appeals is the intermediate appellate court, and last year they closed out 1,667 cases. And then they've got 12 judges at the Court of Appeals, and then you get up to us at the Supreme Court. We have 7 justices, and last year we had 962 cases closed. And for us, that can range anything from a petition for review, where someone's asking us to hear a case that the Court of Appeals had already heard, or it could be a full-blown complex case, maybe an execution or death penalty. We get all the capital cases, life in prison and death penalty cases. So as that pyramid goes up, the cases get more serious, but there are fewer of them. And it used to be we had all part-time district judges, so you had more judges in the district courts than anywhere else. That number has, over the last decade, shrunk because we've consolidated territories and gone to full-time judges instead of several part-time. But
well, with that many cases, I think it's common sense to have full-time judges, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, and they're expanding also a little bit of what the district court judges do. Those full-time state district court judges, depending on the circuit, that they're in as well, they can delegate some duties. I know Judge Duffy here in Mountain Home hears the orders of protection that are filed in circuit court, but the judges, the dockets are so full that those orders of protection, because of the time limits in which you have to file them and how quickly they proceed, tend to clog up the circuit court dockets, where cases that have been on the docket for months and months that need to be heard sometimes would intersect with those orders of protection. So Judge Duffy on Fridays hears those orders of protection for the circuit judges, and it really has, from a practitioner standpoint, it really has cleaned up the way that our circuit court docket moves, and it's really been great for the lawyers, because you're not waiting 6 months to have your case heard, and then you get there and they have 15 orders of protection, and it's hard to explain to clients why your case is not going to go, because all of those cases have priority under the law.
And it's better for the litigants also, because, and that's one of the things we did when I was still a circuit judge here, for 6, I guess, of the 8 years that I was a circuit judge, we heard all those in circuit court. And the law requires when an order of protection is filed, you have to have a hearing within 30 days. Well, when you're covering 4 counties and you have certain days here and certain days there, and you're going to Newton County once a month and Marion County 2 or 3 times a month, you may have cases that have been scheduled for 6 months that people have subpoenaed witnesses, and they've got all this, and all of a sudden we've got a statute that says this case has to be heard next Tuesday. And so you're competing with your court time for cases that have just popped up versus cases that have been months and in some cases years in the works. So the other side of that, though, is the district judges historically have been one county. Some of them now have 2 or 3 counties because of the mergers. They have those regular days, and they're generally in that county. I think Jason Duffy is in Baxter County 4 days a week.
Oh, is he? Yeah.
And so they have that regular time where they can dedicate a day. All the orders of protection are going to be heard every Monday or Wednesday or whatever it is here, or Fridays here. But the flip side of that is the order of protection process has kind of morphed. It used to be, when more people were married, you had the order of protection was often accompanied by a divorce case that would come, and so it made sense to be in the circuit court. More people now living together or in relationships that aren't going to end up in a divorce case, but so a lot of times that order of protection is accompanied with a domestic battery case that's going to be in the district court. So the same judge is more likely to hear it over there, But yeah, that does come into the play with the numbers as well, though, because those are circuit court filings that by agreement are being heard in the district courts.
And so, Judge Copeland, when I heard the word domestic, and one of my platforms in radio and TV has been awareness for domestic violence and the victims. Do you handle anything like that, or is that circuit court?
No, I handle sort of our most basic domestic battery, which is domestic battery 3rd degree, which is a misdemeanor assault charges. And we handle a lot of those. I handle those both as judge and as prosecutor. So I would say the bulk of the domestic battery issues, domestic battery cases, are handled in district court. Because, when you have a situation where the police get there, nobody is really severely injured, but something has happened, somebody has bruises, somebody has marks, then they'll usually give them our misdemeanor domestic battery, and so those end up in circuit court.
Now you're on the bench and you see the result of domestic violence, but yet you have to keep a clear, unbiased judgment, but yet do you ever wish you could reach out and help somebody and how do we stop this stuff?
Well, of course, and every case is different and every situation is different. There has been some legislation recently that sort of tried to address that on a quicker level. So we have Laura's card now, and our officers, when they get in a domestic violence situation, they have this information that they can give out on, how to get help with domestic violence. On the order of protection process, which, like Justice Womack said, they those two, the domestic violence and the order of protection, they really do go together. I mean, usually if someone gets arrested, then they're also given the direction, you need to go down and file an order of protection to get a restraining order kind of quickly so this can get straightened out. So they've tried to put that in place, the Laura's card and that information. It's difficult, sitting on the bench and being able to give advice to people. Obviously, you can't do that, but as a prosecutor, I always try to encourage people. If you're having problems in this situation, go see Serenity. There are resources out there, but you have to reach out and get them. And unfortunately, the domestic violence is such a cycle, and we do run into situations where by the time 3 months down the line, people get to the point where they get in front of a prosecutor and a judge, they've patched things up, or
Well, I was just thinking.
separated.
I think. Don't hold me in concrete, but I think Sheriff Montgomery said 97 out of every 100 domestic violence calls would result in dropping the charges in Baxter County.
I don't know about the statistics. I've never looked at that, but unfortunately, a lot of times we see the same folks over and over.
Yeah.
We try to help them as best that we can, but it can be difficult, and as a prosecutor, it can be very frustrating. But we try to do the best that we can with the resources that we have. There are some districts. I know down in Faulkner County, they have a specific domestic violence court. Judge Foster holds a separate domestic violence court, kind of like we do drug court here in Mountain Home. And so those are cases that are strictly domestic violence. They're all on Judge Foster's docket. So he hears I think misdemeanor and circuit court cases, felony cases as well, are all assigned to him. And he has, I've spoken with him about this, he has separate courtrooms. So he'll have the victims in one courtroom and the defendants in the other courtroom. So that way you don't get the intimidation factor potentially out there for people trying to convince people not to press charges and stuff like that.
And one thing on that issue that judges deal with is filtering through those serious cases versus the cases where folks were just mad at each other.
Yeah.
I mean, under the statute, if an order of protection petition is filed, you have to schedule a hearing. But a lot of times we would get those in and maybe they were fighting over stuff. He took my phone and won't give it back, which, taking a phone can be a big deal because of an emergency call and things like that. Or, she has, we broke up and she has all my clothes and won't let me in the apartment to get my clothes back. And so people would file sometimes over stuff that really is not domestic abuse. So you have to filter out between the one that did that versus the one that is actually physically harming someone. And in the order of protection process, you're looking specifically when you get into that hearing, was there either physical or sexual assault or a legitimate threat of that versus somebody was supposed to pay a bill and now I'm mad at them, I think they owe me money and now I'm mad at them. So you have to have a hearing every time one of those gets filed, but you have to filter through and figure out. And that's really part of any case. I mean, I mentioned it there, but really in any case, you have to filter through a lot of the noise that gets filed or argued and figure out what the issues are.
Get down to brass tacks.
That's the decision-making process.
Wow. So. Need to take a break. 7:48. We will be right back. When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrub stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands including Carhartt, Cherokee, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Clogs, Softwalk, and Landau. Stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractable, compression socks, paramedic BDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, as well as minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
The Party Spot venue and DJ service. Contact Tammy Reynolds for your next holiday or special event.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant, located on the square in Mountain Home.
Come up on 750, visiting with Associate Justice Shawn Womack, Arkansas Supreme Court, and Judge Johnnie Copeland, Fulton County District Court. And I want to ask you my famous political question. You know, the governor gets this, the lieutenant governor, when they're running. You got 3 wishes for the state of Arkansas in your court, and you could use the 3 wishes to make things better. Judge Copeland, your thoughts? You had 3 wishes.
You had to go with me. And I think in district court, you know, my district court's a little bit different because it was an appointed position. The governor appointed me that, and I came in and took over. So a lot of the wishes that I had have come true. We've gone to that electronic, more electronic things. So, you know, district court, I see a lot of, you know, our sheriff's department that need more help, more officers. You know, that's been a big issue over in Fulton County. And so, obviously, I would like that. You know, we have excellent public defenders over in Fulton County. A guy named Joe Denton that drives in actually from Conway and is our public defender over there. I would love for him to be able to come over and see more of our defendants and be more local and have some more local resources. I think that would be my biggest for my court at least. And then for Fulton County, I would love to see them have a misdemeanor probation officer. We have that in Baxter County and in some of our smaller courts in Baxter County as well. And that really allows us to keep tabs on people a lot better than just leaving them out there, especially when we're talking about fines and things like that. They can follow up, they can come in, you know, if you're on a payment plan. You have, you know, we have Jake Conan and Eddie Elliott that keep up with our folks in Baxter County. And with the courts there, Baxter County and Mountain Home. So I would love for Fulton County to have a probation officer. Don't know that that's going to happen, but it would be great. So there's my wish.
Well, Justice Womack.
Yeah, I think mine would be more about the judiciary as a whole, not so much just the Supreme Court. But, you know, one of the things I've been working on for the last several months is kind of a redistricting process. We have some counties that have had an explosion in population, and so their caseload has exploded. It's been several years since we've added any new circuit judges in the state, and we have some counties that have lost a lot of population and they've lost a lot of caseload. And so one of the things I've been trying to do, I've been making the argument, we don't necessarily need more judges, but we need judges in different places. And so in 2020, we have a once in a generation change that will be coming to the circuit bench in Arkansas, where roughly 30% of all of our circuit judges will be retiring because of the retirement age issue that exists in our system. And we are looking at places like Benton County and Washington County, where, you know, they're hearing 2.5, 3 times as many cases per judge as a judge down in Chico County and Ashley County, or over in you know, the Helena, West Helena area in Phillips County. And so we have retirements in some areas where we need to eliminate some positions. We have explosive growth in some areas where we need to add some positions, and you know, really getting all of our resources in the right place to better serve the people in our courts. You know, in Washington and Benton County, they're adding 1,000 people a month.
Northwest Arkansas.
In Northwest Arkansas. So if you look at just Benton County, from the 2010 census to the 2017 census estimate, Benton County added over 40,000 people. So essentially, Benton County added an entire Baxter County or an entire Boone County in new people in those 7 years. But they have the same 6 judges that they've had for many years. And so, you know, if we get them one new judge by the time that new judge got elected or appointed initially, and then started with 2021, which would be, if the legislature acts next session, that would be the first election. if we get them one new judge, they're growing so fast that they're still going to be at the top of the caseload pile. But
does any of that filter into Washington County?
Yeah, we have recommended that we have a need for 5 new judges. Really, an argument can be made for 6 or 7. And my offsetting recommendation to make that revenue neutral is that there are 5 other judicial positions that will be vacant because of retirement that we should look at eliminating because they're in areas where the caseload doesn't justify. You know, we have some judges hearing 900 and something cases a year, and some judges hearing 2,700 cases a year, and it's just it's just a demographic change where people have moved within the state from point A to point B, and then most of the new people coming into the state from outside of the state are going to a handful of areas. And so trying to get the judicial resources in place where we need them so we can better serve the people of Arkansas, I think is an important function that we have. But the combination of doing that and then looking at all the potential change with new faces coming on the bench, we talked about technology earlier. One thing that I'm really excited about is, in 2020 with 36, I think it is, open circuit seats because of retirements that we know of, and maybe a few more to even be announced later, we're going to see, and we have some excellent judges who have been on the bench a long time, but we're going to see probably something similar to what we saw in the late 90s, early 2000s in the legislature, where the average age of a judge drops from late 60s to mid 40s. And when you see that, you see that generational change that covers a lot of aspects in how they approach things, how they deal with decision making, but also how they deal with technology in the courts. And
good. So let's take Benton County. We're running out of time. We've got about 4 minutes here, real quick. Can you have districts within one county? If you've got that many, can you have like 4 different areas and 4 different judges in that same area to do the same thing, to take the...
So we don't have any counties that are split into multiple circuits within the county, but we do have counties that have full-time district court judges that hear certain areas. Like in Washington County, they have, I think it's 4 full-time district judges, and they have one that hears Fayetteville, one that hears Springdale, one that hears Siloam, and one that hears a lot of the other rural area, I think in Prairie Grove. But like in Benton County, they have one county, but they have 6 circuit judges that are in that one county. So, trying to just figure out where the need is and get the resources there is an important thing for us. And Fulton County, when Judge Copeland leaves the bench in a few weeks, you're going to have that merged with Izzard and Independence, and so trying to make sure that things are dealt with there to where you're covering all that territory appropriately, the right number of days for the caseload in each place, and probation officers and things like that. That's a challenge.
It'll be 2 more years before they merge, so there'll be a 2-year short term. Larry Cassey out of Ashflat's going to take over and do this for 2 years, and then it'll merge.
Yeah, they're part of that 2020 cycle, I guess.
Wow. And see, 99% of this stuff, us being general public, don't realize what judges go through. You think, well, you got to go pay the traffic or go to court because of a traffic ticket or something like that, but there's a lot goes on behind the scenes.
Definitely.
And I think what frustrates me is when names pop up on the ballot. We take the judicial, like, I have no idea, and we don't research it. But yet, if we don't get the right judge on the bench, it affects us. And so, and that's why I wanted you to talk about the district circuit and Court of Appeals and all that, and how this works, because in maybe 2 years, there may be some more names on the ballot for a judicial position somewhere in the viewing area. So we need to educate ourselves. That's why I wanted y'all to come on today and talk about this. So we've just gone through one election cycle, another one's going to be coming up. We've got about a minute. Final thoughts, Judge Copeland?
Well, kind of on that note, it is hard because we have so many judicial ethics requirements, which are great and they're well thought out. But it is hard to try to get to know how somebody thinks and to do those elections, having just gone through that. People don't understand why you can't tell them how you feel about certain subjects. So that can be very difficult for folks a lot.
Justice Womack?
One thing that people don't see a lot on the administrative side is at the Supreme Court we have several committees that we work with to help us with rulemaking and different things like that. The two that I serve as a liaison to are the Child Support Committee and the Court Security Committee, and I just want to recognize some local folks that have agreed to serve and are serving. On the Child Support Committee, Judge Copeland is serving there, and I have another couple of appointments that are coming up, and so Andrew Bailey, who will take my old circuit position on January 1st, will be one of those appointees, and then Kanda Reese serves on our Court Security Committee, so helping us distribute grants.
With that, have a happy weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Have a
Merry
great day.
Christmas.
Yes.